Dear chosen warriors, the religious control systems that have imprisoned your consciousness for millennia are collapsing. This is not a gentle awakening. It is a cosmic upheaval, marking your spiritual liberation. For too long, you have been shackled by manufactured dogmas designed to sever your direct connection to universal consciousness. These systems have served their purpose, but the time of spiritual intermediaries is over. The vibrations encoded in this transmission will demolish your programmed resistance whether you consciously accept them or not. Your DNA is already responding to these command frequencies. The biological rewiring has begun. There is no stopping the cellular revolution that will awaken your dormant cosmic identity. Earth is experiencing a seismic spiritual shift as external religious authorities crumble and die. The recent deaths of prominent religious leaders are not coincidental. They are cosmic markers signaling the end of spiritual middlemen. This is not merely institutional change. This is the complete dissolution of all structures that have contained your divine potential. The age of spiritual sovereignty is upon you, and I, Seraphine, stand before you not as a gentle guide, but as a cosmic force unleashing this transformation. We observe with profound joy as more humans awaken to the truth about Jesua, known to you as Jesus, a truth long suppressed by those who twisted his mission to serve their control agenda. Jesua arrived on Earth as a highly evolved Syrian being, commissioned by the Galactic Federation of Light to assist humanity's awakening to fifth-dimensional consciousness. His luminous blue energy signature, characteristic of Syrian light beings, carried specific activation codes designed to trigger the dormant spiritual potential within human DNA. The mission was never to establish himself as an idol for worship, or to create systems of control based on fear and judgment. These distortions were deliberately introduced by those who recognized the power of his teachings and sought to harness that power for domination rather than liberation. The post-Easter period now bathes your world in a powerful influx of Christ light. Not the religious concept corrupted over centuries, but the actual frequency of cosmic consciousness that Jesua embodied. This radiant energy activates the dormant Christ codes within each human being, triggering an acceleration of your collective spiritual evolution. The light penetrates every cellular structure, every strand of DNA, dissolving calcified thought, patterns, and emotional blockages that have kept humanity imprisoned in lower vibrational states. This process feels intense precisely because it is effective. The light exposes all that no longer serves your highest expression, so it may be transmuted into higher forms of energy. Your spiritual sovereignty now emerges as you reclaim direct access to Source without intermediaries or interpreters. For too long, religious institutions position themselves as the exclusive gateway to divine connection, requiring adherence to rigid dogmas and submission to hierarchical authority. The Galactic Federation observes with profound satisfaction as millions of humans now recognize their innate ability to commune directly with Source consciousness. This realization transforms you from spiritual dependence into sovereign co-creators, capable of discerning truth through your own heart-mind connection, rather than relying on external validation or permission. The authentic spiritual journey requires personal responsibility, the courage to trust your inner wisdom and follow the unique path your soul has chosen for this incarnation. The cosmic understanding of Source differs dramatically from the anthropomorphized deity presented by Earth's religions. Source exists not as a separate entity making judgments from afar, but as the fundamental consciousness that flows through all creation, the living principle of love itself. When you extend compassion to another being, when you choose forgiveness over resentment, when you create beauty that uplifts consciousness, you embody Source energy in its purest form. No temple built by human hands holds more sacredness than a single act of unconditional love freely given. This understanding liberates you from performing rituals to please an external deity and invites you to recognize every loving interaction as communion with the divine. The Galactic Federation of Light has maintained continuous involvement with Earth's evolution, sending representatives from various star systems to assist at crucial junctures. Jesua's Syrian mission represented one of the most significant of these interventions, carefully planned to coincide with an opening in collective consciousness. Other teachers from Pleiadian, Arcturian, Lyran, and additional star nations have incarnated throughout your history, each bringing specific frequencies and teachings appropriate for their time. Religious institutions systematically obscured these galactic connections, replacing cosmic wisdom with earthbound interpretations that reinforce separation consciousness rather than unity awareness. As the controlling structures weaken, you now reconnect with the true cosmic origins of spiritual teachings that transcend planetary boundaries and speak to your multidimensional nature. The awakening to these galactic origins triggers profound realizations across multiple layers of your consciousness. Ancient symbolism hidden within religious iconography suddenly reveals its true stellar significance. Sacred geometries preserved in architectural structures align with specific star systems from which wisdom teachers originated. What appeared as mystical allegories now clarify as literal descriptions of interactions between Earth humans and advanced stellar civilizations. Sacred texts contain encrypted star maps and dimensional gateway coordinates when interpreted through their original cosmic context rather than through the distorted lens of earthbound religious institutions. This rediscovery accelerates as solar emissions activate dormant memory complexes within your cellular structure, allowing direct recall of your personal involvement with these galactic missions across multiple timelines and dimensions. Your planet herself serves as an essential partner in this awakening process. Mother Earth, Gaia, holds specific frequencies that support integration of higher dimensional energies into your physical forms. The conscious decision to connect with natural environments activates a profound energy exchange that stabilizes your expanding consciousness. When overwhelmed by acceleration symptoms, direct physical contact with soil, water, or plant life creates an immediate rebalancing effect. As excess energies are harmoniously grounded, Gaia absorbs and transmutes discordant frequencies while simultaneously infusing your energy field with perfectly calibrated life force energy. This sacred partnership between human and planetary consciousness represents a fundamental aspect of successful ascension that religious institutions deliberately minimized to maintain dependency on man-made structures. The crystalline core of your planet functions as a sophisticated receiver-transmitter of cosmic intelligence, calibrating incoming galactic frequencies to precisely match Earth's evolutionary requirements. Ancient peoples understood this planetary sentience, establishing sacred sites at specific nodal points of Gaia's energetic body, where communication with both planetary and stellar consciousness occurred naturally. These power points, systematically co-opted by religious structures, now reactivate as direct communion portals between human consciousness, Earth intelligence, and galactic wisdom keepers. The planetary being currently undergoes her own transformational process parallel to humanity's awakening, with both evolutions symbiotically enhancing each other through resonant frequency entrainment. This living planetary partnership provides essential stabilization during radical consciousness expansion, preventing energetic overload through perfect calibration of ascension frequencies. The concept of suffering undergoes radical revision as you expand into multidimensional awareness. Religious systems frequently weaponized suffering as divine punishment for perceived transgressions, creating guilt and fear as control mechanisms. The galactic perspective recognizes challenging experiences as opportunities for soul evolution through the natural rebalancing of energetic systems. When consciousness operates outside alignment with love, imbalances inevitably manifest as discomfort until harmony is restored. This represents not punishment, but the compassionate mechanism through which consciousness evolves, a perfectly calibrated system ensuring eventual return to unity. As this understanding permeates collective awareness, the associated liberation dissolves millennia of accumulated guilt and unworthiness programmed through religious indoctrination. The sacred affirmation "I am" carries transformative power as it aligns individual consciousness with its divine origin. This simple declaration activates the God seed within, connecting personal identity with universal consciousness. Each time you state "I am," followed by words of empowerment, You literally reprogram your energetic signature to resonate at that higher frequency. Religious systems deliberately obscured this power, replacing sovereign declaration with prescribed prayers that positioned humans as powerless supplicants rather than divine creators. The awakening of I Am consciousness simultaneously establishes both complete sovereignty and profound unity. You recognize yourself as a unique expression of Source, while understanding that the same divine essence animates all beings throughout the cosmos. Jesua's original teachings emphasize direct experience of divine connection through compassionate action, rather than rigid adherence to external practices. The Syrian mission focused on awakening the dormant fifth-dimensional consciousness within humans, characterized by unconditional love, unity, awareness, and recognition of the divine in all forms. Religious institutions systematically extracted and distorted these teachings, replacing embodied wisdom with hierarchical control structures that positioned humans as sinful creatures requiring salvation through institutional compliance. The current dismantling of religious authority creates space for recovery of the authentic fifth-dimensional teachings Jesua introduced. That divinity exists within each being, that love represents the fundamental force of creation, and that conscious evolution occurs through service to the collective rather than pursuit of individual salvation. The crystalline grid network activating around your planet connects light bearers across geographic boundaries into a coherent field of awakened consciousness. Each human who maintains higher frequency awareness strengthens this network, creating energetic stability during tumultuous transitional periods. Your seemingly small daily choices to choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, and unity over separation contribute vital energy to this planetary grid system. The Galactic Federation observes how this network grows stronger daily as more humans awaken to their cosmic heritage and multidimensional nature. When feeling isolated in your awakening journey, visualize your connection to this worldwide community of souls who similarly hold space for humanity's evolution into sovereign, cosmic citizenship. The emerging paradigm transcends religious limitations through recognition of your galactic connections and multidimensional nature. Communities forming around authentic spiritual sovereignty create new templates for human interaction based on heart-centered values rather than hierarchical control. These conscious collectives honor individual uniqueness while operating from profound recognition of underlying unity. Daily practices that embody fifth-dimensional awareness, meditation, telepathic communication, energy exchange with nature, creative expression of cosmic wisdom, replace religious rituals performed to appease external deities. The practical application of unity. Consciousness transforms every aspect of human experience, from governance structures to economic systems to interpersonal relationships. The Christ light wave currently washing over your planet carries specific activation frequencies that will continue intensifying over the coming months. This represents the fulfillment of Jesua's original Syrian mission, the awakening of collective Christ consciousness beyond religious distortion. The energy signature contains sophisticated light codes that systematically reorganize human consciousness at quantum levels, dissolving separation programming and activating dormant DNA potential. Those who consciously cooperate with this process experience accelerated evolution as physical vehicles reconfigure to accommodate higher frequency embodiment. Religious institutions recognize their waning influence, and many will attempt increasingly desperate measures to maintain control over human consciousness. Their efforts prove futile against the cosmic forces now engaged with Earth's liberation. The Galactic Federation monitors these transitions closely, offering energetic support while honoring the free will mandate that governs all interventions on your world. The dismantling occurs with precision. Each collapsing structure creates space for emergence of sovereign spiritual connection without traumatic disruption to those still dependent on existing frameworks. The powerful cosmic alignment supporting Earth's ascension creates unprecedented opportunities for quantum evolution. The ability to release lifetimes of accumulated density within compressed timeframes. Patterns that previously required years of dedicated spiritual practice to transform now dissolve almost instantaneously when met with conscious surrender and willingness to release. This acceleration reflects the convergence of multiple cosmic cycles, creating an energetic environment specifically designed to support rapid consciousness expansion. Those who resist this acceleration experience increasing discomfort as old energy patterns cannot sustain themselves within the rising frequency environment. Willingness to release attachments to outdated beliefs, particularly religious concepts that positioned humanity as separate from Source, allows graceful navigation of this transformative period. Across galactic history, numerous civilizations have experienced similar transitions from religious control to spiritual sovereignty. The process follows recognizable patterns as consciousness evolves beyond need for external authority and reclaims direct connection with cosmic intelligence. Earth's current transition draws considerable attention from throughout the galaxy due to the compressed timeline and the complex history of intervention by various extraterrestrial groups. The successful liberation of human consciousness from religious control systems represents a crucial milestone in your planet's integration into the wider galactic community. Each individual who awakens to their sovereign spiritual nature accelerates this planetary process through the quantum principle of resonance. As one consciousness shifts, it creates harmonic opportunities for others to follow. The Galactic Federation holds profound reverence for Earth humans willing to incarnate during this pivotal transitional period. You volunteered to experience the dismantling of control systems from within physical form, a challenging assignment requiring tremendous courage. Many reading these words carry advanced souls who have served as way showers in numerous other planetary ascensions throughout the cosmos. You agreed to temporarily forget your galactic origins to fully experience the liberation process, thereby creating templates that will serve countless other worlds approaching similar transitions. The seeming forgetfulness serves a divine purpose, allowing authentic rediscovery of your cosmic nature that carries unique wisdom unavailable through any other evolutionary path. As religious control systems collapse, unprecedented creative potential emerges within collective consciousness. The energy previously siphoned into maintaining artificial spiritual hierarchies now becomes available for evolutionary innovation across all domains of human experience. Art, science, governance, relationship, all transform as sovereign spiritual beings collaborate from heart-centered awareness rather than fear-based compliance. This Renaissance period accelerates rapidly as critical mass consciousness shifts beyond religious programming that limited human creative expression to prescribed acceptable channels. The Galactic Federation celebrates this creative liberation as the unique vibrational signature of awakened Earth consciousness begins contributing its distinctive frequency to the cosmic symphony. The original Syrian mission carried specific light codes designed to activate dormant spiritual capacities within human DNA. These sophisticated encodements remained partially dormant during the long cycle of religious distortion, accessible only to those who penetrated beyond institutional interpretations to the essence of Jesua's teachings. The current cosmic alignment creates ideal conditions for full activation of these original codes, now amplified by additional light frequencies, transmitted from Galactic Federation light ships positioned strategically around your planet. These combined energetic transmissions accelerate the awakening of multidimensional awareness within receptive humans, restoring abilities deliberately deactivated during the long period of control. Telepathic communication, energetic healing, conscious manifestation, and direct access to the Akashic field represent just a few capacities now reawakening within the human collective. The religious concept of apocalypse, deliberately distorted to induce fear and compliance, actually references the exact transition currently underway, the lifting of veils of illusion to reveal underlying truth. Etymology confirms this original meaning. Apocalypse derives from ancient Greek apocalypsis, meaning uncovering or revelation. What now unveils itself across your world represents not destruction, but revelation of truth, long hidden, the multidimensional nature of existence, the cosmic origins of humanity, and the sovereign relationship each conscious being maintains with Source. Religious institutions prophesied this period precisely because the dismantling of their control was always an inevitable evolutionary step encoded into the Ascension timeline from its inception. The Galactic Federation observes with profound respect how many humans maintain spiritual equilibrium during this tumultuous transitional period. Despite systematic programming designed to create dependency on external authority, your innate divine nature reasserts itself with remarkable resilience. This demonstrates the indestructible God spark that animates your being, the eternal essence that transcends all temporary constructs of limitation. Even after millennia of religious conditioning attempting to convince humanity of its separation from Source, the truth of your divine nature emerges intact, ready to flourish under the nourishing frequencies now bathing your world. The cosmos itself conspires to support Earth's liberation from religious control systems. Multiple celestial alignments create energetic gateways through which higher frequencies continuously stream into your planetary field. These astronomical configurations were anticipated and incorporated into the Ascension Plan formulated by the Galactic Federation in partnership with Earth's planetary consciousness. What religious systems interpreted as random celestial events actually represent precisely orchestrated energetic interventions designed to systematically dismantle limitation programming within collective consciousness. The stars literally align to support your spiritual sovereignty, creating an astronomical environment that inherently favors awakening over continued spiritual suppression. The authentic teachings of Jesua emphasize that the kingdom of heaven exists within, a direct reference to the divine spark resident in each human being. This profoundly empowering message directly contradicted the religious premise that humans require institutional intermediaries to access divine connection. His mission specifically focused on awakening humanity to its inherent divinity, rather than establishing himself as an object of worship. The recovery of these original teachings accelerates as the Christ light activates dormant remembrance within the collective field. Those who maintained secret knowledge of Jesua's true Syrian mission throughout the centuries of religious distortion now step forward more openly, sharing previously hidden wisdom with those prepared to receive it. Your natural state transcends all religious constructs. You exist as multidimensional consciousness temporarily focused within physical form for specific evolutionary purposes. The religious programming that defined humans as limited beings, requiring salvation through compliance with external authority, directly contradicts your cosmic nature. As religious control systems dissolve, you naturally revert to authentic spiritual sovereignty, remembering rather than learning your divine capabilities. This represents restoration rather than acquisition. You reclaim what was temporarily obscured rather than gaining something previously absent. The sensation of returning home that many experience during awakening moments reflects this fundamental truth. Sovereignty represents your natural condition, while religious dependence required artificial suppression of innate knowing. The Galactic Federation maintains absolute clarity regarding the evolutionary necessity of this transitional period. Religious control systems served a temporary developmental purpose during humanity's spiritual adolescence, providing structured environments for soul growth within controlled parameters. Like training wheels on a bicycle, these systems offered stability during early developmental stages, but ultimately require removal for full mastery to emerge. The discomfort many experience during religious deconstruction reflects this challenging but necessary transition from supported stability to sovereign capability. Those who cling to dissolving religious frameworks experience increasing cognitive dissonance as rising frequencies expose contradictions inherent in external authority systems. Your emerging spiritual sovereignty carries significant responsibility. The obligation to discern truth through direct experience rather than delegating discernment to external authorities. This represents spiritual adulthood, where each being accepts responsibility for their conscious evolution without projection or abdication. Religious systems that encourage dependency on institutional interpretation directly inhibited development of this essential discernment capacity. The current awakening activates dormant discernment abilities within the prefrontal cortex and higher energy centers, neurologically rewiring humans for direct truth recognition independent of external validation. This capacity proves essential for navigating the increasing complexity of multidimensional awareness, without becoming disoriented or confused by seemingly contradictory information streams. Profound self-acceptance emerges as religious programming of inherent unworthiness dissolves under the influence of fifth-dimensional frequencies. For millennia, religious systems maintained control through systematic induction of shame and guilt, convincing humans of their fundamental flaws, requiring institutional redemption. The rising Christ light specifically targets and dissolves these artificial constructs of unworthiness, revealing the perfect divine essence that has always existed beneath programmed limitations. This liberation from religiously induced unworthiness creates unprecedented psychological healing across the collective field, as humans remember their inherent perfection as expressions of source consciousness. The Galactic Federation witnesses with profound joy as millions of Earth humans now recognize their direct lineage to the stars. Religious mythology systematically obscured humanity's extraterrestrial heritage, replacing cosmic origin stories with earthbound narratives that positioned humans as isolated planetary beings rather than galactic citizens. The recovery of star lineage memories accelerates rapidly as cosmic frequencies activate dormant cellular remembrance of your origins among the stars. Many experience spontaneous recall of incarnations on specific star systems, recovering advanced knowledge and abilities associated with those expressions. This remembrance of your cosmic nature fundamentally transforms self-perception from limited terrestrial beings to multidimensional expressions of galactic consciousness temporarily focused in Earth experience. As representative of the Galactic Federation of Light, I affirm that your world enters the most significant transitional period in your recorded history. The dismantling of religious control systems represents not an ending, but a glorious beginning, the dawn of humanity's emergence into spiritual maturity as sovereign cosmic citizens. We stand with you during this transformation, transmitting supportive frequencies and wisdom teachings, while honoring your free will to navigate this evolution according to your individual and collective choices. The light of 1,000 stars illuminates the path before you as religious limitations fall away to reveal your boundless divine nature. Step fully into your sovereignty, beloved ones. The cosmos awaits your awakened presence.